Hi guys, this is Ben Prez. Welcome to Transforming Realities. This is the first video of its kind actually, so I'm really excited to talk to you today. And for this first video I want to talk a little bit about change, and I want to say mainly two things about change. The first thing that I want to say is that change is hard. We all know that, right? Change is difficult, change is scary. We're afraid of change. We're afraid of changing. We're afraid of losing something we've acquired. We're afraid of losing someone we've got. We're afraid of making a mistake. That's the worst thing, right? I changed. I decided to change, and then afterwards I'm like, oh my God, no, I should have stayed. I should have stayed the same. And so change is hard. Change is hard because, yes, we are creatures of habits. We like having our familiar environment. We like having our routine with our tasks. We need it. We need a little bit of certainty in our lives. We need to know that if we go a certain place, we will find a certain type of, food, or if we go back to this address, it will be a place called home. We need to know that kind of stuff. We need to know a little bit of certainty. We need to know we can count on our friends or on our family. It's important to us. Otherwise, it would be constant pressure, constant fear, panic, stress, which is not desirable, for sure. So change is hard. And the reason change is hard mostly is because of fear. And we fear the unknown. We fear the unknown. We fear what other people will say when we change, because we think being consistent is good. We're afraid of not making sense. We're afraid of being misunderstood. Well, guess what? Every great thinker, every great invention, everything that's new, every truth that we've discovered was misunderstood to begin with. Misunderstood, violently opposed, and then eventually accepted as being the obvious truth. So we fear, but most of that fear is unfounded. And here's why, and here's the second thing about change. The second thing about change is that change is easy. It's easy. It's easy because once you understand the true nature of change, then you can see it for what it is, which is something that nature has everywhere around us. Nature changes all the time. You've got seasons, you've got your own body changing all the time, your cells, your metabolism, your hormones, like the whole thing is just a fluctuation, some kind of soup moving around. There is no sameness anywhere. Nothing's the same, nothing's identical. There's this saying that says something like, no man will ever bathe in the same river twice. Well, that's true because it's not the same river, but also because it's not the same man. Time changes you, and time is right now, constantly. So change is actually the nature of things. It's the normal alignment. You should embrace change when it comes to you, and it's like seeing an old friend again and saying hi, because it's been there all the time. It's the one thing that is absolutely true. And actually, uncertainty is fantastic. Why? Because certainty is limitation. Certainty is boring. If everything in your life was certain right now, basically you would go completely nuts, because there's only frustration at the end of it. There's only frustration and disappointment coming from certainty. But uncertainty, that's infinite possibilities. Uncertainty is just a promise that any result is still possible. So yeah, you want a bit of habit, you want a bit of routine, you want a bit of clarity, sure. But you want a lot of uncertainty, and actually uncertainty is good. It changes, it's fine. We have in mind this kind of linear, this linear path of progress, where we go to a good school and then a good university and then we get a good job, then we get a good career. We have more money, we get a car, we get a house. It's the wrong model. We think that if we fall one step, oh my God, we're just like, we're a failure. If we go sideways, what will people think? Well, this is not real. This is not true. We know this model is not functioning, right? Because success has many forms, because change has many forms, and change happens all the time. There's a seasonality to your career. There's a seasonality to your relationships. There's a seasonality to your finances. And when you get to winter, it doesn't mean it's bad. It doesn't mean you failed. It doesn't mean that your life is over. It just means it's winter. And you'll get to spring again. You just need to reconnect to that one thing that you aspire to and allow change to happen. It's just winter. It doesn't mean it's bad. It just means that you need to allow more time to come through and focus on the right things. Just reconnect with the normal cycle of change. And that's the great thing about change. It's easy because it's ingrained within us. Our mind changes all the time. Thank you. Thank you to nature for having our mind changing all the time. Growing. So when you understand that about change, then change is easy. And when you understand that it's already happening all around you, whether you want it or not, it's already here in your life right now. So embrace change. And when you embrace change, you'll never be afraid again.